Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. We're gonna do like just a really brief one today. I don't want to get too crazy on it. I think that a lot of our analysis from last week still stands. I mean, price over the weekend, it did what it does 99% of the time, right? It went sideways, and that's exactly what we talked about it doing. Let's see, Friday close is here. And over the weekend, we did exactly do that. We had a Sunday scam pump with a rejection. The CME opened here, and we've since then had a move to the upside. And with this, like I said, I mean, this is generally what I'm looking for. I would really love to short this zone, and I'll tell you why for a couple reasons. I basically think most people probably have their stop losses here, right? People I think would look at this. This is a pretty massive resistance. So like let's just take a step back here and look. So look at how all of these moving averages converge on this one price point here. You can see there's three of them. They all converge in like this little zone here. So it's a pretty big resistance zone, right? We go over here, we can see that we are at the top of the range here. And we have had some, if we got like a daily closure up here, that would be, a signal of strength. But again, I don't think that, I still personally don't think that we're just going to, rip higher and continue to get like this massive pump, right? I would think that we'll get some kind of a move up, sweep the highs, and then we'll get this move down. Maybe not that low, maybe that low, but I'm not going to like jump the gun on that. Do something like this where we come down to that H12 order block around here, and then, we can maybe have another move up, basically take out this high, or this low, I mean, right? So that's generally speaking, that's my plan. And in my opinion, for good reason, right? So like, again, a lot of people are really eager to short this zone. I mean, like everybody is shorting this zone. And I don't think it's necessarily like the end of, our entire move up. I do think that there is more upside to be had, but I think it would be great to like take out a lot of these people and get them, worried. So, at some point kind of get this move up to like here, or even a little bit higher, something like this, and then, get that massive move to the downside. I mean, I don't think it would be necessarily that quick, but let's say something kind of like this, you know, like this here, maybe back up, and then, and then kind of get that move down like this where it sort of fades away, right? So that's why I'm more interested in shorting that. I know a lot of people like are just blindly kind of want to short the 25-200 level. I'm not. I mean, I have an alert set there, but I would prefer to take out some shorts. See some short liquidations in the process before entering my short. There's another channel here that I just want to point out. I'm just going to go ahead and hide all this. So this is my current setup, just so you guys, anybody who's wondering, if you haven't seen or looked at my chart, this is my plan, right? I don't think that we'll take out this high here. If in the event we got like up to here, I am going to short this area with my stop loss a little bit higher, about here. And I am going to like I would like heavy short that. This would be a great like opportunity to get into a position, but for now, let's focus on the levels at hand. There is another channel I want to point out to you guys. So we do have this upwards channel, and this is from back here basically is where this was put in, right? And we can see that it's still being respected to some degree. I want to point out a new channel to you guys that we're forming, and that's this one. So I want to give Bitcoin the benefit of the doubt and assume it's going to have the strength to kind of get that move up to here in this zone. In the event that it doesn't, this is technically a range high, right? And with channels, we know how they work. We basically just short the top, long the bottom and continue to trade that range until it breaks. I will likely trade something like this on this channel. I would be interested in trading this. I'm going to be more aggressive on my short positions because as I trade this, I'm going to trade it with the assumption that at some point it's going to break down, not up, right? So I wanted to point this channel out to you guys in case some of you do want to go ahead and trade this channel, but that's kind of my, I would prefer some kind of a move further to the upside just to take out some early shorters here. For me, that would be ideal. And I'm seeing a lot of longs build up in here and they just like can't seem to break through. But at the same time, like if we go ahead and hide all this, I mean, you can see, what formation we're starting to get here. And that's an ascending triangle that you would assume would have a break to the upside, right? So this is something else to keep in mind too. And it would be a pretty, key signal if we did see this breakdown here and kind of lose this triangle formation, right? So these are all things to keep an eye on. I'll, be sure to keep you guys updated as we go along, but yeah, just simply channel trade. I don't see any reason why we can't get some wins, in the meantime while we're waiting for a breakdown. A lot of people they think that they just have to like wait for these big trades and just trade the swings. Well, we can do both, right? We can be more aggressive on our short positions, but at the same time, take profit at the midline and at the bottom for in the event that it comes back up again. Well, we didn't just, bag hold the whole way just to watch price revisit our entry. Right? So that's kind of the the idea, right? And that's why we do want to do sort of that channel trading. So okay, cool. We're gonna call it good on that. So like I said, not really much has changed. If you guys, look in the Discord and look at the charts I posted, my entry and everything that I'm looking for is all still the same, right? I may look to trade this channel a little bit, this one specifically, but I'm going to do it like not. I won't get surprised if I see a wick up higher like this. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'll be happy about this and I'll gladly, enter more of a short position up here. Okay. So let's take a look at ETH. This is my ETH setup. I'm going to show you why I have this ETH setup. I've talked about this for a while on a handful of occasions. These are like all of your key levels, man. This is like literally this chart for ETH right now is perfect. You don't need anything else. And what I think, in my opinion, what I would love to see happen would be this, and then that. I would love to get up to this zone up here. Like this to me would be, this would be a prime. This would be great. I would love to see something like this. So let's take a look where my harmonic is here. This is a bullish bat harmonic that was completed on November 9th, and it targets the 618 at 1783 and the 1-to-1 at about 2200. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Put on our 5 there, and then come down for a 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this would kind of be my general plan. Get like a yearly high, probably put in around April and May, along with Bitcoin. But that's my general plan. So Right. We have this harmonic. The harmonic targets the 618 and the 1-to-1 extension. So when we're going to be hitting the first major target of this harmonic, I am going to look to short along with the confluence of this untapped weekly and the 55-week moving average, right? So that short position looks something like this. Ideally, we take out this high, right? People are shorting here and here and here, and they're all shorting all this with their stop loss above here. Okay, let's take out that stop loss, do something like this, and then get a move down. Maybe go like this, create like a descending triangle on the thing here, and then drop to the midline, consolidate, drop to the bottom of the channel. These were our, our main 3 take profits basically, and then from there we can leave, a 25% runner. Is generally my plan, right? Like I think that's I like this setup. For me, this is great. Is there a chance that we just simply drop and we don't take out the side? Sure, but I'm not interested in that trade, right? I want to see shorts get liquidated, early shorters. I want to see an aggressive move down, right? So liquidation candle, aggressive move down, tap this resistance zone, get the move down, create some sort of a bearish structure, lose the top of the channel, gain acceptance back into the channel. And then, what do we do is we're just back into the channel again, right? So we, would just expect to continue ranging, although we would expect further downside. So like, that's why it's really important to take profit at the bottom of this channel, right? Because we'll probably expect a bounce to the midline, doing something like this, whatever, that again, we eventually lose it ideally and get a move down to this trend line, as well as this order block that I've had my eye on for like forever. I was hoping we would hit it here, and we didn't. So yeah, this order block for me is like key. I think it'll be, a really important zone, especially with this trend line, right? And where does that put us? It's like somewhere between, mid-March, right? Somewhere in mid-March, second, third week in March is kind of when we would be looking for something like that to happen. Let's see here, where are we at? About 15 minutes. Okay, cool. That's not too bad. So yeah, right now that's my general trading plan. I don't really have a plan for longs. I'm not really going to trade or do much with ETH. I'm not interested in trading ETH so much. If unless we get to this zone, right? Now, because I don't set limit orders, if price pumps through these like this and it just, breaks out, I'm not just going to start randomly shorting, right? I'm going to wait to see some kind of a setup, because my plan is that we get here and it stops and it gives us an entry, that we could then have our stop loss here and have our entry somewhere in this zone, right? So that's what I'm looking for there. I'm not going to trade ETH outside of taking this one trade. Now, BTC, on the other hand, I may be interested in, like I said earlier, trading this channel or trading this channel as added confluence to it. One of the two, whichever has, more respect along the way. Right. And I like this one because it gives us a, price can come up here, hit the top of the channel, and it does two things. It takes out this high, and we get the resistance at the top of the channel with the fair value gap, right? So it kind of gives us a place for our entry, stop loss, right? That we can then target the midline, the bottom, and, look forward to an eventual breakdown. So that's my trading plan for this week. Those are my expectations. I think that we're going to see, these highs taken out. on both ETH and BTC. I think a lot of people are shorting this 25-200, and they think that their stops above here or their 100 or 50x liquidations up to probably like, somewhere up in here are going to hold, and they're not, in my opinion. I think they're going to get taken out, and when they get liquidated or stopped out, that's where we enter and look to trade it back down, right? And both of those things, like I said, on BTC and ETH. So that's my that's what I'm looking for all week. That's my plan, plain and simple. I have my alerts set. I'm not going to do any trading outside of those two things, right? I'll trade these channels, and then with ETH, I'm just looking for that one entry. I'm not gonna mess around trading with ETH too much, because it can be more liable to do a very kind of a random pump or liquidation or a wick, right? So I think we'll leave it at that. If you guys have any questions, otherwise I think that yeah, I think we'll call it good there. Pretty simple trading plan. US markets are closed today. It means we could maybe see a possible scam wick to the upside, which would be sweet. I mean, that's what I would like to see. Otherwise we'll just wait, for the rest of the week to play out. If we go into a weekly chart here, I basically, and I've said this in my other videos, you can see these two weekly candles here, how we put in that first one, the second one took out the high and then closed red. That's exactly what I want to see here. So I want to see this wick. I want to see this wick go above there, and then this candle close red, have that candle close somewhere, down here or something like that, below 24K or whatever. That would be ideal. If we don't, then this is probably going to go on a little bit longer than expected, and we're going to have to look to a third week for a similar trading plan, right? So, okay, cool. Well, I will call it there. If you guys have any questions, I'll be in the Discord. I'm not going to be available later this evening, say between like, I don't know, 3 and like 10 p.m. EST. So I will be unavailable at that time. Hopefully we don't get a move. I'll do my best to keep you guys updated, but otherwise this is my trading plan for the week. And, I'll be in the Discord all week. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. So yeah, thanks guys for joining me. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you in the Discord.